guys, and welcome to episode 2 of my Saur-Mogila Graviteam Tactics mius-front playthrough. So, coming in after episode 2 where we've lost Saur-Mogila to a heavy Soviet attack. We can see here they attacked us with, I believe, 6 platoons. They had their heavy tank platoon here, which is obviously where all their KV-1s came from. They had 4 infantry platoons. And they had, I don't even know what this symbol represents, this nature symbol represents. Is it scouts? Is it cavalry? I don't know. But it's definitely looks more, maybe it's a command one actually. It's got the company symbol above. But here we're getting attacked slightly west of Saur-Mogila with, I believe, totally new units. Because I can assure you, where it's flashing green is, I believe it's saying that our platoon has been repaired to maybe full stance. I can assure you we've not got these platoons at full stance from our previous battle. And we also have Marders here, and I know the only Marders I had were the ones here at Saur-Mogila and some ones here. So this is should be a whole fresh batch of Marders, which I'm probably going to get destroyed. I'm guessing they have tanks here. If they don't have tanks here and these are both infantry, I might be able to keep these Marders alive because the KV-1 shouldn't be joining. But enough said. Let's get into it. Okay guys, so I've already deployed my troops. It's been about 30 seconds, but 2 of them have been classed as arrived. These are my fresh troops. You can see here they're fresh, they haven't taken any casualties. So we've got 37 men in the Chroma platoon, and then we've got a lovely fresh anti-tank Marder platoon here. The only units we do have is Schreiter, who was one of our commanders from the Saur-Mogila battle, and yes, very weakened platoon, but they can be deployed because they were already on this tile. So I must have advanced these 2 troops for them to have been classed as having arrived. So I can't move them, so I really am stuck. I've put Schreiter's platoon here in the dense forest. And do you know what? This battle's already over. I've got 1 infantry platoon with less units in the whole thing than almost 1 section here. And the Marders, while they're great, they're not particularly anything special against infantry. And the enemy have got an overwhelming amount of infantry attacking us. It's going to be a real so with no fire support. We've got any anti-tank, sorry. We haven't got any artillery. I haven't got any small arms sort of support like a MG squadron or mortars or anything like that. And we don't have any anti-infantry vehicles either. So we really are stuck. But before I begin the battle, my plan is to bring these Marders up on this beautiful little hill we've got here, which overlooks far into the distance, but also overlooks nicely in the closest sort of hilltop here. So any units that come over here, they're going to have no cover, and the enemy's attacking us. So we can use that to our advantage. The problem is they're right on our doorstep here, literally right on our doorstep. We've really been squeezed here. So the Soviets are probably going to come charging in here, deploying right on the border. It's going to be awful, but we're going to see how well we can deal with it. And if things get that bad, we'll just retreat, really, because we're not losing anything notable here. No notable ground. Isn't even really got any, and this on. Hasn't even got a single capture point, except Saur-Mogila in the corner there. So, enough said. Let's get into the battle. Okay guys, so as you can see here, I've got my 6 Marders that I started with, that obviously I couldn't move when I started with. I actually told them to make their way up to this hill. What I have done is told them to hold fire. Not that really means very much, because they're such a big target, the enemy can spot them very easily, and so they probably will get engaged with. You can also see they're getting clamped up here, which is just, that's where Graviteam Tactics AI sort of fails a little bit when it comes to vehicles getting jammed on each other. But they're making their way. Then finally, I've told my guys here, this infantry platoon here, who obviously I didn't originally start with being able to move. I've told them to move up the hill from down here to up here, so they've got a bit of a better view for any enemies that are going to push in from Saur-Mogila here. What I am going to do is tell them to hold fire as well and go up. Okay, we just got engaged. Right. To not hold fire then. We haven't got enough command power to actually make that decision. So we can see coming from, where would this be? Is this the west? The east. From the east, we've got a platoon of infantry engaging us, and taking a lot of shelling that Schreiter has managed to avoid. It's made its way. Actually, no, I say it's managed to avoid. No, taking a casualty there. Okay, I think that's off the map artillery that's being called in, but oh my goodness, yeah, that's a lot of infantry we can see there that we're getting engaged by. Got Alright, well, fully on. Told my guys to stay concealed or active caution. So we're going to stay low to the ground. But we're actually getting engaged by a lot of people. Armadas are making their way up, following this trail. Should end up on this hill. And then I'm hoping that there's no tanks. Obviously, without any close range Molotovs or anti-tank equipment, they can't do anything against my Armadas from a distance. And my Armadas actually do have some machine guns. If we look here, 7.92. I'm actually not sure if the 7.92... no, sorry, 7.92mm MG37. You can see they're the machine guns attached to the frame of the tank. I wasn't sure if that was actually the gun that they were using as a crew, but of course it's this this gun here. So they can actually get a little bit of fire off on those enemy infantry. Oh my goodness, look at this. There's only a bit of cinematic recording there. I wasn't expecting our position to get absolutely shelled. Oh, this is terrible. Absolutely terrible. They've obviously got some sort of either off-the-map artillery scouts pointing at and have spotted our troops, or they've just got some actual guns positioned somewhere on this hillside. I've got our MGs opening up here, actually. They've got a lot of infantry. You can already see that we've lost one man here, shooting from that artillery strike. And there's the wave, guys. Look at the sheer amount of infantry pushing on our positions. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. I want to get my Armadas over very shortly, but you can see we've taken a casualty there. We haven't taken too many casualties yet. Oh, actually, yes, we have. We've now gone down from 10 to 7, and then we've gone from 10 to 9. We've lost 4 men already. My Armadas are pushing up here. Told them to reposition on top of this hill. Again, like I said, it doesn't look like they have any anti-tank that we've been able to visualize. So, I don't know what I can really do with these troops, where I can pull them back to, because it's sort of in the line of fire everywhere. And if I pull them back too far, then my Armadas are going to be exposed. So it's either I leave them where they are and bring my Armadas up, or I feel like I just have to retreat in general. Again, they've hit us with the direct artillery strikes. They've obviously got off the map or very, very clear spotters. I'm thinking it's, sorry, not off the map, I'm thinking it's on the map. And I think it's these guns over here. I don't see any clear guns, but we didn't thankfully lose anyone there, and all our vehicles are still alive. One problem I've got, though, is that even though the command I've set is to take defense, nothing about using the roads, vehicles by road. The Armadas are still driving by road, and so they're actually not going where I want them to go at all. One thing I'm going to have to do is individually move them with the fast move track, because that way that should take them off the road. At the moment, they're just driving everywhere. And if they show their backs to the enemy, which is what's going to happen at the moment, then that is terrible. Because obviously the crew's just going to die, aren't they? So I've repositioned every single one individually. Hopefully we'll find that they actually now drive correctly. You can see here we've lost another troop there. Got my first Marder to reach its position. Now with this Marder facing this way, fire at will on. Let's see if they can get some shots off on the enemy. See if they can get that machine gun to good use. Some HE shots to good use. Because I'm desperate at this point. Genuinely desperate. We can already see the guns are taking some shots. So that is brilliant. We've also got a Marder here in position. But I actually want to move him further up. We can get a good view. And here we go. That MG gun firing on the enemy infantry. We need everything at this point. Everything. Got our Marders engaging now. I've turned all of them to fire at will. Because in the last battle, we didn't even really get to use any of my ammo for them before they died. So I'd rather use up all the stocks and then see them die before they just die. We can already see this one here. It hasn't taken any crew losses, but it has been hit, so it must have been hit by some sort of anti-tank rifle or something. Not this one. This one, damaged. Gun mech operator, so it's already retreating. But again, the crew's alive. The gun itself seems to be doing okay. See, the commander's here is in position. This one here is now facing the enemy, but it's probably going to slowly reverse at some point. This one here, doesn't actually have a visual on any enemies. So I've also got the smoke screen up, but it is spotting enemies in the distance there. There we go, engaging with the enemy here. See, this one is fast moving actually. So these Marders are doing at least a good bit of work against those enemy infantry. We can see enemy infantry casualties, and I'm seeing a lot of them are coming from these Marders, but absolutely appalling stuff. We've lost a unit from our commander. A unit here, 6 men here, 4 men here. This is horrendous. What's been so appalling is these direct artillery strikes on us. You can see we're just constantly getting suppressed. Like, the enemy just have everything we don't. Like, the artillery is what's killed so many of my guys. You can see the Chroma's platoon is already almost wiped out. In fact, I think I need to retreat. They've obviously got some sort of anti-tank guns there that managed to do some serious damage to my guys here. My squad here of Chroma has been wiped out by enemy artillery, and then on this section here by the enemy infantry shooting at them. Well, we have got some good shots off and some good suppression on their enemy with my Marders. The MGs on them have been really, really good. The cannons have been really, really good. We've already got 2 immobilized with 1 crew member down, and we're obviously not going to win this battle. I'm worried that we're going to lose all these Marders as well if we stay too much longer. I'm going to let it go a little bit longer, but then I'm probably going to call off the battle soon. What I've also just realised is the commander Marder doesn't actually have a machine gun on it, so I've put it close up to the enemy to engage with these ones coming here, but it actually can't suppress them as well. You can obviously get the HE shells, and we can see we can do some serious damage in that front still, but not as effective as some of the other ones. So you've got these two being retreated almost. This one covering back here, covering here. This one has taken 1 casualty, but it's still going strong at least. Yeah, getting some kills. We just took out an MG gunner here. So the Martyrs have really been what's kept me in clutch, because these infantry have done next to nothing yet. Oh, that is actually devastating. I can't believe how many men we've lost. Let's get them on a covert move back before they take any more casualties. What I am now worried about is the enemy infantry pushing up close to our Martyrs and then throwing Molotovs on them. Because again, from the front, they can't do anything. But if they get close enough to get a Molotov on, they're open crews. The whole crew will burn to death. So that is very worrying. You can see some of these infantry here. They're getting worryingly close. And this one doesn't even have a machine gun. I can't really do very much about them. And I could have had to pull my infantry back. I think it might be time to move. Then I can't really just turn around, because then obviously they get shot at. So I think what I'm going to have to do is reverse my way out of here. And so yeah, the shelling is just relentless. They just won't leave us alone. Let's reverse these guys out of there, because the shelling is obviously trying to focus on this Marder here. Oh, it's decided to reverse. Not more I've told it to, it's reversing that way. Never mind. We still only lost those original two. So the Marders are doing just fine, to be honest with you. We haven't got any that are, you know, completely destroyed. This one's malfunctioned, but again, it's just a damaged gun mech. So nothing that can't be fixed. Nowhere near as devastating as the last battle. You can see actually now, Chroma completely destroyed, 2-2-4. So even on the retreat back, they've just been annihilated. Oh, what a day. I will say though, and I'm expecting to see it in the results in 10 seconds, we've inflicted what looks to be a major amount of casualties on the enemy, relative to how many we've taken. We probably took about 25, 30 losses. I bet you the enemy's taken 40 or 50. Okay, no, I'm okay, but you can prove completely wrong. The enemy took 23, we took 30. So I was wondering how many we took. I was probably half of what they took. Oh, terrible. So as we retreated, we lost 1 square kilometre. I really couldn't care less about losing that. Nothing on it. I want to push back my troops further back to regroup with where we actually have more men, because when we have more men, more infantry, to actually hold the ground, we can do more. How the hell are we supposed to defend off 318 men that the Soviets had when we only started with 74, which of about 10 were already from our previous battle who were low on ammo and didn't have any troops anyway. So you can see here, 2 of our vehicles were damaged but not abandoned. We just lost a lot of infantry. The enemy, they lost infantry, that's why they attacked us with infantry. So it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was terrible, but it was terrible. Okay. Well guys, that is the end of episode 2. Only a small one for this one. Nowhere near as crazy as Saur-Mogil's battle. But episode 3, as our lines retreat back and we've got more units, there should hopefully be some longer, more interesting battles. But if you've watched this one to the end, I really appreciate it. Your support is not going unnoticed. If you've enjoyed this episode, please give it a like. If you've got any advice for me in the comments, or maybe any feedback, please drop it in the comments or on my Discord, which is in the description. And finally, if you want to see more Graviteam Tactics mius-front content, where I'm particularly playing as the Germans, then subscribe. Thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode.